So I've just done one bin bag and an entire clothes bin of washing. And our clothes bin is almost as big as me, so that puts it into context. Mucking out the kids' bedrooms. And I did it. I went to go and change sheets. And I always say, I'm just not going to do it. If they want to live like that, they can live like that. It's their bedroom. It's their mess. Because you do, don't you? You just get fed up with doing it. It's another room in the house to keep tidy. It's not my room. If you want to live in squalor, live in squalor. But then you sort of get in there and you go, oh, that is disgusting. Oh, why have you done that? You were looking for that the other day. Oh, whatever. And before you know it, you've become the chambermaid. You've been in. It looks like something out of House. Well, maybe not House and Gardens, but it looks tidy again. And you think, I can now be at one. And while I was doing it, particularly my daughters, I found quite a lot of clothes that had been lost. I found 2 school ties, one of which I think is his, and the other one I think is hers. And because she's in PE kit at the minute because of the broken arm, I think that's probably what that is. But you know what I mean? We're up a couple of school ties. We're still down on a white vest top, which who knows where that is. But we're reconciling the clothes. And I started thinking about the school uniform thing. Now, my kids don't have very expensive clothes, but they get an awful lot of stuff on Depop and Vinted and that kind of stuff. So, you know, you find the odd jumper and think, Ralph Lauren, how nice. And then you realise that they got it for £3.50. It's in an XXL and it was a colour that no one would ever wear. But whatever, makes them happy. But if we lose branded sports kit from school, then my kids are going to want their own brand of sports kit. And it isn't going to be Morrison's. They're going to want, what is it? Lululemon? Nike? I don't even know. But they're going to want something that costs significantly more than the school uniform shop. Because that's what kids do. I remember it myself when I was growing up. I always remember wanting a pair of Levi's and my mum wouldn't pay for them because they were too expensive. My sister had managed to get the red 501s. I ended up with the orange 90210s. You know, it was just like, because they were from a charity shop and they were cheap, but it had the Levi brand on it because kids just want a brand. So if we are going to outlaw branded school uniform, you are going to make my life hell, Bridget Phillipson. You already do, but you're going to make it even more hell because they are going to want to have branded sports kit. Well, I absolutely do not have the money for that. It's just gone on school fees and the national... let's not even talk about finance. It's too depressing. There's not enough in there to do a Lululemon skort. I can tell you that for nothing. And then I was thinking, why is she making out the people, the businesses that sell school uniform? Why is she making them out as sort of like almost the mafia? You know, rackets, profiteering from parents, unsuspecting parents. Well, no, actually, they really are local families who it's their business, you know, and they don't just do school uniform, they do cubs, brownies, rainbows, whatever it's called these days. You know, they do the local theatre company, kids with their own little badge on their jumpers for that. They do swimming uniforms. And I just think, why are we trying to drive businesses out of business? Why are we trying to push people further and further into buying stuff from overseas because it's cheaper? You know, I don't want to. Thanks very much. I don't want to have a cheap blazer from China that is going to cost me less to start with, but I'm going to have to buy 4. I don't know what it's like in your school, but in our school, we pass stuff down. So I've got blazers for my youngest that were my eldest's that were somebody else's. We laugh in our house that I don't bother labelling stuff. My kids learn the labels of who their stuff used to be. So for a long time, we had a girl that her name was Maya, but my youngest couldn't pronounce it, so she thought it was Maria. But she knew that it was her skirt and there was no one else in the class called Maya, so it had to be her skirt. I don't think this girl had been at school for like 10 years. But that's how it works. You pass stuff down, you help each other out where you can, you have a second-hand uniform sale, and the kids are proud to wear their sports kit. They're really proud to have their school logo on it. It's a team. It's a community. It's look at us. Don't we look turned out well? God, the England footballers, don't go out and play an England match dressed in Morrison's kit, do they? And here endeth my rant on school uniform, because that's all I've got to say. It's important, it matters, and I actually think it's going to cost me more in the long run if we get rid of embossed branded uniform, because my kids, being the label lovers that they are going to want brands that cost 10 times more than the school shop, and then I really am screwed.